Say good morning. Will that happen? Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to show you guys my morning routine. This definitely isn't every single morning because trust me, life gets you and sometimes you don't really feel like waking up out of bed at 7 in the morning and doing this whole charade. However, there are mornings where I will just sit and play with her in bed without having to like get up and do all of this. But when I am feeling a little bit up to the challenge, I will go ahead and do this sort of routine. So, fun fact about us, we are staying with my parents because I am still a student in college. I was living in a completely different city and I decided to move back home with my parents just for this short period of time before I'm able to work up, save my money, and get an apartment down here. So both my parents are teachers and therefore I am home alone for majority of the day, and that means the mornings as well. So as you guys can see, I'm kind of having to multitask here by putting Cora in the bouncer while I set up her play area. Hopefully quickly and she doesn't get annoyed and frustrated before her station is complete. So right now what I'm doing is flipping these cards to a more simulating side of it because she is nearing that 3 months of age. So I'm putting the more difficult cards for her to look at now. These are black and white, high contrast. It's very essential to a baby's development when looking at these sort of images and colors when they're this young because they aren't able to see as well as we are. Of course, their vision gets better and better each month. This box that I'm picking up right now is the Love Every Play kit, which is where I got these high contrast cards from. They have a bunch of different kits and I believe it's from like a couple of months at a time. So like this box is 0 to 3 months and then the next box will be like 4 months to 6 months and then so on and so on and so on. And they have so many different very engaging activities for your baby to play with for their correct developmental stage. So as you guys can see, I am turning Cora around so she can just look at me while I am setting up her area because I did have her looking out the window. She really likes being outside and looking out there, but I just wanted her to know that mommy's right here. I didn't leave her anywhere, so I turned her around. All right, so it's finally time to take her out of the bouncer and I'm going to start her playtime. Say hi, friends. So this morning I decided to start her off on her back in this play gym. She doesn't really like this part so much. As you guys can see, my baby doesn't really like being on her back except for a select few times. But you know, you have to kind of just push through it even if they aren't necessarily enjoying this time for real. You know that is essential for their development and she has to learn how to roll over eventually. So yeah, you guys just have to power through it. So while I have her on her back, I'm deciding to read her a couple of books just because even though she isn't really having it right now, they are listening and they are picking up on language and sounds. And yeah, she's definitely in that stage where she is babbling and she's getting there. She's trying to work out her sounds. And so reading is something that helps with that and talking to them. So, yes, even though she is having a little bit of a hard time with this, I do continue to keep reading because I know that she's safe, and as long as she isn't making too much of a fit and basically making herself not able to breathe, I will continue with the story until we're done, and then I will pick her up and tell her, hey, that's over, the hard part is over, and we can continue with the rest of our routine. So the title of this particular book is called Young, Gifted, and Black, and I really love this book because it just shows different Black leaders and strong figures that have come through society. Like the one on this page is Stevie Wonder and Pele, which is a soccer player. And fun fact about me, I played soccer for many, many years, and I can't wait to put soccer a big part of Cora's life, and hopefully she likes it just as much as her mom did. So as you guys can see, I am finally picking her up and telling her, hey baby, like look, it's over with and we're done and we're gonna keep rolling. That was not so hard, was it?
Well, you should just stay calm and take deep breaths. You don't like it? You don't like playtime?
So in the background, I'm just playing a random playlist on YouTube Kids about going back to school, like talking to little kids. And I know Cora's not going back to school or anything, but I'm just using this as background noise. They do have little songs, and I think it's really cute for her. I decided to give her this toy that is supposed to help her with learning how to grab onto things, and it's just like a rattle, but she does not like anything that is being forced for her to play with. She kind of just likes discovering things on her own. She does grab already naturally. She'll grab your shirt, your hair, your face. That girl does grab, so I'm not necessarily worried about her not developing that skill because I know it is, but I just want her to know, hey, like here's some toys that you can play with. But I think she is slowly but surely grasping onto that concept. So here's another book called You're My Little Baby by Eric Carle, who is the same author who created the books Brown Bear, and The Hungry Caterpillar. The books that we've all grown up on. She has those books as well, but this is another one, and it just talks about basically a little baby and a mom, different animals in the animal kingdom, and what they do for their babies. And I think this is such a cute little book. So she started to get a little bit extra rowdy, and it was hard for me to calm her down when I was continuing to read. So I just stopped reading for a little bit and tried to calm her down. As you guys can see, she really wasn't having it. I tried putting her pacifier in her mouth, and that helped. Honestly, the pacifier can be a lifesaver sometimes because she does just want to be soothed, and this is a way for her to be soothed. So, any of those pacifier naysayers, you can get out of here until she spits it out like she is about to do right now. Yeah. So she was still being a little bit fussy, so I decided to try this little maneuver. I don't really know what made me think of this, but I don't know. It did work, and I was honestly so surprised. I was like, why haven't I ever done this before? Because she's literally enjoying it. I have her facing the high contrast cards, and she was looking at those. And it's also helping her with her tummy time. Look at that, guys. She's literally holding her neck up so high. I'm so proud of her. Um, and I continued to read the rest of the story to her. And yeah, she's honestly likes this position so much. She was looking around the room, honestly looking everywhere else but at the book, but that's okay as long as she can hear me speaking.
So soft and so new. You're my little fishy. I'm always there for you. You're my little kitten. I love to play with you. Look. Ooh. You're my little bunny. Forever and a day. Forever and a day. Here. Where's your mouth? Where's your mouth? it out. You're my little lion cub. You mean the world to me. You're my little baby, and that you'll always be. Oh, look at you. Is that Cora? Is that Cora Sky? You want to read one more?
So, on to the next book. You guys know this one, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. When I was younger, I literally used to love this book. I think I was maybe like 3 or 4, and I think I knew literally every single page word by word. So, I was so excited to read this book to my baby and hoping that she likes it just as much as I did when I was young.
Here comes H up the coconut tree. And I and J and Tagalong K all on their way up the coconut tree. Chicka chicka boom boom, will there be enough room? Look who's coming, LMNOP, and QRS, and TUV, still more W and XYZ. The whole alphabet up the, oh no!
So as you guys can see, she started to get a little bit fussy again, but I was determined to finish this read. So I have switched her positions and I'm trying to bounce my leg to soothe her a little bit.
Next from the pile up, skinny D and stub-toed E and patched up F. Then comes G, all out of breath. It's okay, honey. He is tangled up with I, J, and K are about to cry. Ella's knotted like a tie. M is linked, N is poop, O is twisted alley oop. Skip, scat, scoodle, do, flip flop flea. Look who's coming, it's Black Eyed Peas, QRS, and Liz Tooth T. Yeah. And then UVW, wiggle jiggle foo. Last to come, XYZ. And the sun goes down on the coconut tree. But, chicka chicka boom boom, look, there's a full moon. A is out of bed, and this is what he said. Dare, double dare, you can't catch me. I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. Chicka chicka boom boom. A, B.
So a tip for any of you beginner parents like me, something that my doctor told me is that baby talk or talking in a high-pitched voice is something that is not just what we do to be cute for our baby, but it's actually very key to the baby's development because they register things better in a high-pitched or sing-song like sounding voice. And so this is actually kind of vital when you're reading books and speaking to your baby to talk like this. So that is what I do. You think it may sound silly, but no one's judging you. I mean, you're talking to a baby and your baby is understanding you and your language, and I think that is something that is really cool. So don't think that you sound ridiculous because this is just how your baby is going to understand you. Alright, so that's a wrap on today's video and morning routine. I'm watching Love Island at the moment, so don't mind that. But yeah, I put her down to sleep, and that is the end of the morning. Bye, y'all!
Now when they see us in the streets, all they wanna